It's 4 a.m. and I don't know what to do. It's 4 a.m. and I got nothing to lose. I'm breaking beds I made, just wanting you. And Julia misses you, but I'm done with bad decisions.
Welcome to the Indie Tea Talk podcast. I'm Adam and this is Kitty, your host for a journey into indie music across the north of England. Tune in as we share a brew with some of the most exciting indie artists around, exploring their unique melodies and creating a space where you can discover your favourite music like never before. And whilst you're here, please show your support by hitting that subscribe button. It's a massive help to us and also the amazing artists that we feature. Joining us today on the Indie Tea Talk podcast is someone who's bringing dreamy, emotional indie pop straight from the heart of Leeds. Claudia Fenoglio writes the kind of songs that stay with you, bittersweet, thoughtful, and wrapped in a kind of melodic warmth that earned her praise from the likes of BBC Radio 6, Clash, Wonderland, and more. From her debut single, Waste, to her breakout EP, What If I'm Here Forever, and now gearing up for her second EP with EMI North, Claudia has been quietly building something really special. We'll be talking about her journey from family inspiration to playing US festivals, why her next record feels more adventurous, and the story behind her latest single, Julia. So, please welcome Claudia Fenoglio into the studio.
Hello.
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 Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for
Fun to
coming.
be here. Yeah.
I know. Again, we seem to have a running record of recording on some of the warmest days of the year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really glad to have brought you out of the sunshine and into a nice dark.
No, we had
Not
a
quite
we had a
gloomy,
pizza outside.
Exactly.
Had
Yeah,
a lovely
Claudia's
little...
already had pizza in the sunshine.
Yeah.
It was nice.
We've
I've enjoyed the
experienced
sun.
some of the
Ticks
sun.
that box.
Yeah. So let's start from the beginning. How did music first become a part of your life growing up?
Yeah, so my dad, he was always in bands when I was growing up. So that's how I got introduced to like the guitar and songwriting. He's American and I have family in Nashville. So growing up, I was luckily like able to go to Nashville like
I know,
when I was like 10
what a
years
magical
old.
thing.
I'm like,
Yeah,
that's so
cool.
cool. So I got to grow up just around like country music and the guitar and all of that kind of stuff. And then he like wanted me to learn guitar in primary school. So I did lessons throughout school and just like fell in love with it. I wasn't the best at practicing. I'd have to do all like the note work and stuff, but I was there like, I just want to write my own songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like I had that when, I think if you're a natural songwriter, when you
Yeah.
pick up a guitar, you just want to
Yeah, you don't want to feel forced. and,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'd have to practice every week and I'd be like, oh, I don't want to practice what I've been like set to do.
Yeah,
I just kind of want to, but I probably should have. I'd be a much better guitar player if I actually listened to my music teachers instead of just playing like little chords and writing melodies. But that's how I got into it. And I guess it's like stuck with me since then. Yeah.
Going to Nashville must have been amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
So cool.
How did those like early experiences shape your relationship with songwriting then? Like going to
Yeah.
Nashville and
Yeah.
been exposed to all that amazing music.
Well, it's just like all around you. Like the second you step foot, like even in the airport, it's just like guitars and like music everywhere. So it was mostly the guitar. Like that's what I write all my songs on. And even though in Nashville and my introduction to music was such like a open like and warm like thing.
Yeah.
I also used my guitar as something that I could just like shy away with and also like write my own personal stories with it. Like I love playing and like performing, but I think writing on a guitar like in your room, it can be a really nice personal thing.
Yeah.
And being able to like write stories and kind of pour my heart out and kind of talk about what I was going through at times, like with a guitar and just like in my room. I think that connection that I got was the greatest thing out of all of it, I think.
I think it's like you say, it's quite therapeutic, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Just get lost in it and then just like create this other world almost. And
Yeah. Because I think, growing up, like I used to kind of learn other people's songs and then I kind of got into writing my own music and that's where I could use it. Yeah, it's like a therapy, definitely. That's how it came out.
You kind of describe your music as dreamy, kind of sad and kind of comforting.
Yeah.
How did you kind of land on that? I guess it's kind of a genre in itself.
Yeah, it's like sad girl.
But yeah,
sad
how
girl.
did you kind of land on that style?
Yeah. I guess I find it really hard to write about like happy things. Like now I'm in like a really nice happy relationship. And my girlfriend's always like, why don't you write songs about me? And I'm like, I don't know how. Like, I find it
break
really
my
hard.
heart first, and then we'll talk about it.
I like to write all about the emotional, like, horrible stuff that happened to me. So I guess, again, it's like I use it as something to get my feelings out and all the negativity and, like, anxiety.
Yeah, whereas the happiness and the nice times you can roll through quite freely
I'm
anyway.
fine. I'm living them. I don't need to, like,
Yeah.
sit in my room and lock myself away and, like, write my music. But yeah, I guess the sadness, that comes out when I'm writing the music, but then I like it to be relatable to other people.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why, like, the comfort comes from, and I hope other people can, like, connect with the songs as well.
I think we've spoke about this briefly in the past, and like there's like a hidden beauty or a hidden happiness in sad songs, I think, sometimes as well, where you can listen to a sad song and come away from it feeling quite happy and quite like you've sort of unburdened yourself as well. Do you know what I mean? Like you were saying, making it relatable. So yeah, I think it's not just about. I think people can sometimes get a little bit lost in the meaning of it and going, oh, well, that's a sad song, but I'm like, yeah, but it's a sad song from a happy place sometimes as well, and you know.
I think people do like to wallow. I think that's the easy part in, like, the situations that you go through, like, even if it's like heartbreak or just something that's really bad that's happened to you. I think the easy part is the crying and the being locked in, like, your room and, like, getting through it on your own. It's the hard part is, like, I don't know, picking yourself up afterwards. So I guess that's where, like, the hope comes from in the music. And
it's nice as well that I was speaking to someone about this the other day at a music night I went to, and they played a song that it was gut wrenching. It was a really sad song, but they were saying, you know, it's like a little time capsule, and it's really nice to look back on that and be like, wow, like I was in a super dark place, and now look at me, I'm playing it today, and I'm chuffed, I'm well happy today. So it's like, it's quite I guess nice to then look back on and look how far you've come from those places.
I agree. Like, I feel like time definitely heals, like, everything that you can go through, and you always get through the hard things, and then you can look back, and it's nice.
So I suppose we should talk a little bit about your EP, What If I'm Here Forever. It's had some incredible support from the likes of BBC Radio 6 and Spotify playlists. How did that moment feel for you as an independent artist?
Yeah, it's really cool when anyone, like, tells you that they've, like, listened and connected with your music. It's really cool, because I guess I just write my songs because I enjoy it. So if anyone, like, praises it or plays it on the radio or something like that, like, as much, no, I do really like it, actually. I'm like, oh, I don't mind, I just write. No, it is really cool.
But also it's an added bonus
nice,
onto, like, you're like, I already love doing it, and then if you get the recognition for it, that's like an added bonus of, like, that's pretty mint, actually.
But and it just getting, like, shared with other people, like, that's the coolest part, I think.
How did you go about getting your songs on BBC Radio 6 and such?
So that was through BBC Introducing. A presenter called Emily Pilbeam, who supported me, like, from the beginning when I first released my single Waste. She's always been a really good supporter of me, and she's had a couple of slots. I think she's pretty much on the Introducing mixtape now full time.
Nice.
But when she started off, she was, like, I think it was more like guest slots that she had, and she'd play my songs, and it was really cool.
What was it like the first time you heard your song on, like, the radio?
It was fun. I think the BBC 6 one, that was so cool.
Yeah,
because I was like,
that is cool.
I listen to this, like, in work, and it's always on, and it's like, this is so cool. I'm on the radio.
That was the same with Dead Letter. I think they got their Radio 6 through BBC Introducing.
Oh, did they?
And it's it does make you realise that BBC Introducing it exists UK wide, and it's so cool that from each little section there are grassroots artists that do actually have a platform through it. Because I feel like a lot of the time on the BBC uploader, like, people upload their songs and they don't expect anyone to actually listen to it or for anything to come from it, but people do actually listen to them, and if it's enjoyed and picked up, then it could be, like, super ace.
I think BBC Introducing is, like, so important for artists. I think, like, that the fact that we have that in the UK, like, it's really cool.
It's cool, isn't it?
We kind of have a platform.
It's like a pipeline almost, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know.
for sure.
And it helps other artists. Like I find so many new artists from BBC introducing York, Hull, Leeds, like that I wouldn't have listened to, or like if I've not played a gig with them or I've not seen them live, then I might not know who they are. But even I all the time discover new people, and I'm like, oh, who are they? When are they playing a gig?
Yeah. Especially because it's local as well.
Yeah,
it's like
you can actually find their gigs.
That's it. Yeah. A lot of the artists that have come onto our podcast that I've found them on BBC Introducing. You know, follow the local feeds on Spotify, and they're like, oh bloody hell, they're great. Yeah. I'll drop a message if they want to come on. They'll,
and they're like, oh, it's just down the road. Perfect.
Yeah,
you don't have to go to London or anything.
It's time for the all important question.
Okay.
So, if your music was a flavour of tea, or yourself, music or yourself was a flavour of tea, what would it be and why?
So, I have a bit of a controversial statement.
Oh dear.
I'm not a big tea drinker.
Oh my goodness.
Ow.
George is looking at me.
George
I've kept
the
this a secret
cameraman.
the whole time I've been here a few hours.
George the cameraman
but I do,
talks about tea all the time, and
he was talking about
head in hands right now.
I can see him, I'm more of a coffee girl. No, that's so annoying to say. But I do love a Yorkshire tea. I do.
Honest?
So, yes, honestly. I don't have it a lot, but when I do, I don't know why, like, I think growing up, I guess my dad being American, like it wasn't, I guess tea is such like a nice, communal, nice thing. So my mum is a big tea drinker, but sorry guys, but I do like a Yorkshire tea.
Should have got your mum on instead.
So if in general then, let's go away from the tea aspect.
Yes. I did bring a Yorkshire tea because I was like, you know what? I do like a Yorkshire tea, and I'm going to be relatable, and it's going to come from the heart. If I don't, in my music, I'm not going to write about it if I've not been through it. Yeah. I'm trying to like save myself. But it's true. It's like, I'm not going to hide anything. I'm going to bring a Yorkshire tea because I do actually enjoy it. So that's what I brought.
Nice.
Brilliant.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm just
speechless.
I'm just really.
Are you not convinced?
I'm just a little bit sad.
I do like a Yorkshire tea. I do.
No, I'm kidding. Of course, I don't expect. If we were all the same, then it would be a boring world, wouldn't it?
What would be the point?
And
I did bring one as well.
You've already mentioned that you do like Yorkshire tea, the only brand of tea that is.
Yes. You see, as long as, I only like one, and at least the one is a good one.
Exactly, yeah.
It's not like I've brought something that, at least I've gone.
Yeah. No, I'll let you have it. It's fine.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
You've passed the test.
Oh, the nerves were
bring
real.
that to you guys.
Right then, it's time to drop into your first live session. Yeah. What are you going to be performing for us, and do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, sure. So the first song that I'm going to be playing is my new single. It came out a few weeks ago, and it's called Julia. And I hope you like it.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
It's 4 a.m. and I don't know what to do. It's 4 a.m. and I got nothing to lose. I'm breaking beds I made, just wanting you. And Julia misses you, but I'm done with bad decisions. I've made it too far to rewind or even think about it, but I should have left it. Now I'm 34th Street. Yeah, I should have left it. About to fall at your feet. I'm not yours to have. It don't work like that. Spill my guts, it's all I have. Trying to love you even though that it's bad. I fucked around, gave me something to do. I fucked around, gave me something to prove. I'm crossing county lines, so confused. But Julia misses you, but I'm done with bad decisions. I've made it too far to rewind or even think about it, but I should have left it. Now I'm 34th street. Yeah, I should have left it, 'cause I'm not yours to have. It don't work like that. Smell my guts, it's all I have. Trying to love you even though that it's bad. Trying to love you even though that it's bad. Trying to love you even though that it's bad.
So 2024 seemed huge for you. Touring, sharing the stage with artists like John Paul White, Ellie Bleach, even performing in the US, which you've already touched upon a little bit. How did it feel flying out for Bristol Rhythm and Roots reunion?
Yeah, that was a really cool festival.
Yeah.
Bit of nepotism got through my dad.
Nice, the Nashville connection.
Yes, yeah. It was really fun. It was like the first time I went on a stage and they had like the screen like that you got projected on. I was like, oh my god,
That's
I was
amazing.
like, I didn't want to
Yeah,
like
that is
stare
cool.
at it. But it was such a nice. That's me.
Just keep pointing at it.
Yeah, I stopped halfway through a song. I'm like, wait, there I am. But it was really nice. Yeah, it was such a nice festival. And I saw some family. And yeah, it was such like a nice busy crowd. It felt really cool.
Did you make
Felt
a
like
trip
a
of it then?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we went to Nashville and then drove out to the festival. It was like 5 hours. It was between Tennessee and Virginia, like right on the border.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So it was really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
How long were you there for?
It was like 10 days.
10 days.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a mega
I
trip.
know.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. Got to like go on the river, go canoeing and stuff, and then just go into Nashville.
Sounds
And we saw
epic.
there was a bar and there was a band playing, and I walked in and I was like, I recognise the guy on the stage, and it was Taylor Swift's guitar player was like in the band. He was
No
just like
way.
on stage
Cool.
playing, and I was like, oh, this is like his day job, I guess. He's like stopped touring with Taylor Swift and now is just playing like in a little bar. In
Oh,
Nashville.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Just shows he
nice.
like just loved it. So
Yeah.
it was really
Oh,
cool.
cute.
So you released Julia, the first single from your
Yeah.
upcoming EP. What's kind of inspired that track?
Just like a breakup, I guess. It's like going back to the person that you know you shouldn't,
Right.
which has happened to me a few times. And yeah, just like the feelings that came with that. I actually don't know anyone called Julia, surprisingly.
Oh.
It's not, yeah, it was just like a name that came to me. I was like, I really like that name, and I wanted to like include like a friend or like a female name to kind of relay the information then like through the song.
Right.
And I don't even know how the name came to me. I don't know.
It's quite a pretty name.
It's, yeah,
to
It is,
say.
yeah.
It just kind of flowed
Yeah.
off the tongue, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just about like a person who tells you that they miss that person that you used to be with, but it's bad that you can't go back to them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love that. That's like a little Easter egg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I actually didn't know anyone.
Who the fuck's Julia? Nobody
Who
knows.
is Julia? She's everywhere, but she's nowhere.
Oh God, yeah.
Maybe it's the Charlie XCX.
Well, I thought of
Yeah.
obviously immediately thought of John Lennon. He's
Oh,
got a song
yeah.
called Julia,
Oh, yeah.
which is a really nice song as well.
I've not heard that, but I'll check it out now.
It's nice. So you're currently working with EMI North. How has that support helped kind of shape
Yeah.
this chapter of your music?
Yeah, I guess like when I first released music, it was just me, and you kind of have to do everything, like the music videos, the promo stuff. So it's been nice to have like a little team of people kind of helping me out at this point. You still have to like plot twist. You just still have to do a lot of the work yourself. But it's just been nice to have like people just in a WhatsApp chat that I can like text if I ever need anything, and they've like supported me, and they've been able to get me some like gigs and stuff, and get some like podcasts. And I guess that's why I'm here today.
Yeah. Shout out to Lucy.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, it's just nice having a little group of people that are supporting you and helping you.
And I guess also people to bounce off and be like, I want to make this decision. Is
Yeah.
it the right thing to do? That people who
Yeah.
actually, I guess, you like know what they're doing and know a bit about the industry and stuff.
Yeah, the professionals.
Yeah, because it's scary making
Like
any
us monkeys,
decision.
isn't it?
I struggle to know like what I'm going to eat for breakfast, let alone like release a song or record or so it must be quite nice to have a little bit of that guidance.
Yeah, and just people to like push you a little bit and like kind of be able to support you, and it's great. It's nice to have.
It goes a long way, someone having that person stood there that believes in you.
Yeah.
You know,
Even if you're just like questioning like the tiniest thing, someone just to be like, that's right.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay.
Stop overthinking it.
Yeah. I'm such a big overthinker, so it's nice to have.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Yeah.
So how does this new EP compare to your debut? You mentioned it feels more confident and adventurous.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about this shift?
Yeah, I think there's more of like a pop sound, which has been fun to like dive into. I think I still like wrote the songs on my guitar, but it was fun to kind of take them to the studio and kind of pop them out a bit, like flesh them out. Oh, that's a horrible word. Make them sound a bit bigger, I guess, which has been fun. Because I think when I'm just writing my songs, you can just get in your head like with how you want it to sound, and I think it's always good to like bring it to someone else and bounce the ideas off and kind of have the song be heard in like a different way, and it kind of transform into something else.
Did you know that you were going to go for that more kind of poppy sound then, or did that happen naturally in the studio? Yeah,
it did happen quite naturally.
Nice.
I think with Julia, like the first song we did, like we added the drums in the chorus, and that kind of the electronic-y sound of those drums, and that really like kind of built the sound for the rest of the EP.
Nice.
So it was cool to do something a bit more, be a pop girly.
Yeah. Where did you record it?
So at the Green Room, my friends Tim and Sam, Tim Malcolm produced and also did like guitar and backing vocals and basically everything on the tracks. Him and Sam plays the drums. They have a studio called the Green Room in Leeds.
Oh, nice.
They've just moved locations, but it's still the Green Room.
Right.
It's just like a nicer vibe now.
Right.
It's like a nice lounge area and like a sofa. But it's a really nice, nice studio.
I'll have to check it out. I've not heard of it before.
Yeah, definitely. It's really cool.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
How long did it take to record then?
We kind of record the songs so there's going to be 4 tracks on the EP. One of the first songs we did, we do them, pretty much in a day. And then it's back and forth with like the mixing and all the notes that I have for Tim to go through. I always say that my musical language isn't the best, describing stuff, because I didn't do music at A level or anything. So my theory language isn't great. Yeah. So my describing words that I have to tell him to sort out. He's always
he has to decipher that first.
Yeah, he's I'm always the shh sound needs to be a tiny bit quieter, and he's okay, got it. Yeah, but he always gets it.
It's funny, isn't it, with working with sound engineers and being I feel like I was like that with you, Adam. When we've worked on stuff before, where I'm I want twinkles here, and I'd quite like this bit to be a bit smooshy, but and then they just do it, and you're
it's the brains.
That's that. Yeah, that's what I wanted.
You just need to find the people that have that. Weird language that you have.
Just feed off it.
Yeah.
So by the time this podcast is out, this will have already happened. Yeah. But we have to ask you about The Great Escape. Yeah. How are you feeling about the fact that you're going to be playing that? Yeah. And is there anything else post podcast release? So are we thinking 6 weeks from now?
Yeah.
So post podcast release, is there anything else that?
Yeah, so The Great Escape, that's going to be really fun. I guess it will have happened by now, but playing in Brighton, that'll be fun. I've only been there once before, so to do some gigs there.
Nice. Are you going to make a trip for that one?
I'm going to go for the weekend, go to the beach. My girlfriend's there's loads of YouTubers that live in Brighton, and she's I want to go see
so many of my
all.
friends say that, where they're that's where all the YouTubers
are. I want to go see Zoella. And I'm okay, we're going to have to track them down. And then... just make a nice weekend, go to the beach. I'm going to be with my band, which will be really fun. That'll be exciting. Nice. And then I'm going to be playing a gig in Bradford, May 21st, supporting Nadine Shah. So that'll be really cool as well.
Oh, nice.
A big band stage. Yeah.
That sounds good. Mm-hmm. So you mentioned to us earlier on that you're thinking about moving.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm going completely off script.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, what's brought this change?
Yeah, so I'm going to Manchester. it's not that far from Leeds. I'm like, I'm moving, and then it's like an hour away, I guess.
That's far enough.
Yeah, true. I always think like if I was in America like that, it would be the same city.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna move to Manchester, and I'm excited to see what the Manchester scene it brings. Yeah. I've got like the band and everyone in Leeds, so I'll still be back there. But yeah, it's exciting.
How are you going to work that then with like rehearsals and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Have you considered that yet?
Yeah, well, we're having to do a rehearsal for the Bradford gig. I'm gonna have to come to Leeds at like 7 and do like a later rehearsal.
Yeah.
And I was like, sorry,
long
guys.
distance bandationship.
Bandationship.
That's an interesting one.
That's going to be the...
Does that work? Yeah.
Bandationship.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
like
a
relationship,
mid-distance...
but within a band.
Yeah. Mid-distance bandationship.
A mid-distance bandationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Manchester's got a completely different climate to like Leeds, because it just seems to rain all the time whenever I've been there. So it will feel like you're further away, I think.
Yeah, I'll be like, I'm in the rain. It's still the same temperature, but like in the
just
rain.
a lot wetter.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah,
You sold it. Oh.
Manchester's great. I've spent quite a lot of time over there with one of my friends lived over there, and music scene is just phenomenal.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah.
And then we had Doctor travel over from Manchester not too long ago to come and record, and they've mentioned quite a lot of bands and music to us from that we're just not exposed to as much. I suppose it's surprising how with such a short distance there's so much music that you go, oh God, look at all this.
Yeah, for sure. Because
I think it'll be really interesting for you to go over there and kind of get lost in that music scene, and who knows what that might turn into. For you it might completely, your 3rd EP or album or whatever you've got planned for next might even be completely different again.
Exactly. Yeah, I might go to Manchester and be like, I'm going to do like electronic music or something completely different.
Come back with a trip-hop EP.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Yeah,
do something different. Yeah, it will be fun. Yeah, just to be in a new city. I feel like Leeds has been really good. I think it's literally the best city in the world to be a musician. Everyone's so supportive, especially for emerging artists. But yeah, I'm excited for Manchester. It'll be fun.
So it's time for us to jump into your second live session. Do you want to tell us what you're going to be performing and maybe a little bit about it?
Yeah, sure. This next track, I think it will be out by the time this podcast is released, or it's going to be an unreleased little snippet. But this is a song called "I Didn't Mean to Do That," and it's about kind of ending a relationship. It's about ending a relationship and just coming out as the bad person, even though you kind of didn't intend to be that person.
Oh, lovely. Thank you very much.
Some kind of fever dream. You pull me it's a waste of time. You say you wanna go back, I wanna stop trying. I'm faking it now, honey, I can't do that. Didn't mean to be cruel, just didn't want you. Pour salt in your wound, I didn't mean to do that. 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 I didn't mean to do that.
So you've survived all the way to the quickfire round. Well
Even
done.
after saying you're not a T fan.
I know. What are
Yeah.
you going to shoot me with?
I know,
I'm
right?
scared.
Yeah, quickfire. Right.
Why do you not drink tea? No, I'm joking.
Tell me now. Right. What song instantly makes you feel better on a bad day?
Oh my gosh.
Caveat to my, I'll give you a second to think about
Okay.
this. Caveat to my quick fire round.
Yeah.
I am notorious for writing questions that you can't answer quickly.
I know. It's hard.
so-
I need to look at my Spotify. Wait, can I think of one and then?
It's got to be quicker than that. It can't-
Right. Smiley Face by Japanese House.
Oh,
It's literally written like
nice.
a smiley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has to be.
It absolutely.
It is,
happy- it's a
it
happy
is
one.
a smiley face. Like,
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nice, I like that one. That was also, Adam, fantastic question because it's made me think about what would be my, if you had to choose one, that's quite tough because it depends what
Because
kind
I'm like, I'm going to think back now and be like, oh, I don't know. But it came off the top of my head.
That's it.
What's a lyric that you've written that still, I guess, like gives you chills or makes you kind of cringe of like, oh,
Yeah.
can't believe I felt like that, or
Ooh. I think my favourite lyric is the title of my last EP, What If I'm Here Forever. I think when I wrote that, it was such a question of like, what if I'm going to feel like this for the rest of my
Yeah.
life? And now looking back, I think I can just be like, oh, I did get through those times. And now, what we were saying before, like, even though you have to go through the dark stuff, like looking back now, it's like, oh, I survived and I feel good. So I think it'll be that.
nice.
Have you ever played a gig where everything's gone wrong?
Literally every gig that I play, everything goes wrong. I'm always really bad at like, my guitar always gets out of tune.
Right.
Really bad. Because I started with just like a little clip tuner.
Yeah.
And then I got to a pedal because I was like, I need to this never to happen again. I played a gig like, it was last year, and I think I was literally tuning my guitar for like 5 minutes. I did like a drop D tuning and then went back to standard. I was like, this is too ambitious for me. I shouldn't have done this.
There's an art to it as well when you're tuning, of tuning a guitar and
Like
making conversation.
I can't do it. It's really hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Laura Kindlin's really good at that. But I was speaking to some people recently about how many songs do you think exist in this world that are written in a different tuning that people just don't play? Because I've got songs in like
because you just don't want to do
in
it.
like open D tuning or like drop tunings where I just don't play them live because the stress of tuning on stage is way too much. And then I started thinking, probably every artist has a song like that.
Yeah.
I think it's you've made it big time when you have someone to give you a guitar.
Yes.
I need that to happen like now.
Someone said that to me.
Yeah.
They were like,
my dad
oh, well,
to like just do
what
that.
happened to his second guitar? And I was like, I can't, one is too much stress already. I couldn't possibly have two.
Yeah, I had a gig where like I did do the second guitar thing and then that went wrong as well.
Oh,
no.
God.
It wasn't like plugged in right. And then Tim was like, oh, I could tell what had happened like when you just stopped playing the other guitar. And I was like,
no.
So yeah, literally everything. But then you get better. So like every gig you then go into, you're like, that can't happen again.
Yeah, so you
always
eliminate
prepared.
that.
Yeah.
But then something else awful will happen.
That's
You're
it.
like, okay.
It's the same when we've been doing this podcast.
Yeah.
Like we'll go through it, and one day the bloody lights failed on Kitty,
Yeah.
and we're like, right, that'll never happen again. So like we bought lights that don't use a battery, that use plug instead.
Yeah.
It's hard weather.
What's the first album that you ever got with your own money, or that was yours?
I think it was like a Girls Aloud album.
Nice, I like
I
that.
don't know which one, but I was a big like girl band pop fan. So definitely like I think it was just like a single release. I can't remember what song it was. But I went to like was it Woolworths?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
Shout
had
out
the
to Woolworths.
CDs. So I think I bought like a one single CD release from Girls Aloud.
Oh,
And I think I remember that.
nice.
That
That's
was a good
cute.
What's the last artist you listened to that made you want to get up and dance?
Ooh, oh my gosh. I'm gonna say Chapel Roan, of course. Love her. Yeah, Moona. I love Moona. They're always I have them on in the car. I've been driving down
car
that M62,
songs are the
like,
same as
woo.
dance songs. I think
Yeah,
of like
for sure.
any song that you love listening to in the car with the windows down.
Yeah.
It's the same as a song that you
Yeah.
dance to.
Having a car bop.
Yeah, because I think when I'm on my own, like I always listen to like really sad songs. Like getting ready, I'm like, I just want the mellow vibes. It's like too much
We
going
were
on.
talking about this earlier, weren't we? Because you were saying your girlfriend plays quite like
She doesn't like the mellow
vibrant
stuff.
music.
It'll be like
at
9 a.m.
Yeah, in the
and I'll be like,
morning.
We just have some nice like guitar music.
Well-
And she'll be playing like the Hamilton soundtrack.
When I drove here at 9 this morning, I listened to Franz Ferdinand Take Me Out at full volume with the
brilliant.
windows down in the car,
Nice.
and it was
Wind
brilliant.
blowing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what she's missing out there is that she was only doing 12 mile an hour because she was behind a tractor.
Oh yeah, I did get stuck behind a
Yeah,
tractor today. It
yeah.
was highly frustrating.
So it's fine. You-
I was
Like
still
in the music
bopping
video.
though.
Still bopping,
Yeah.
still bopping.
Yeah.
Right then,
Right, it's fine.
how can we find more of your music, your
Mhm.
social media presence? Where do we look for you?
So on Instagram and Twitter, it's Claudia Fenoglio, because I don't think people can write my last name out.
I panicked about writing
yeah.
your surname on the board for the
You
clicker
spelled
today.
it right though.
I even did a little heart too.
Because you were like, I got it right. I deserve it.
Yeah.
Winner, winner.
Yeah. And then Spotify, Claudia Fenoglio. I think TikTok, I'm like Claudia Fenoglio with like 5 O's.
All
I could
right.
be right. I don't know if I changed that, but no, that should
I
come
think-
up.
Well, unless I've got it wrong, I
Yeah.
think it's just 1 O.
Okay. Oh, I changed it then when I was trying to break my TikTok career.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna mature it out a bit.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much for
Thanks
coming
for
in
having
today.
me.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Bringing you inside on a nice sunny day.
Get me back out in the.
I know, yeah. Not long now. Not long. We're nearly
Quick, get
done.
me out.
It's
We're nearly
so
done.
hot in here with
Locked
the
up.
lights as
It
well.
is warm.
But yeah, thanks again. It's been absolutely amazing having you on. For everybody that wants to find more, that's Claudia Fenoglio. I'm gonna spell it right because
Do it.
So it's on Instagram. It's
Yep.
Claudia ClaudiaFeno. And that's and to make it even easier, if you're watching this on YouTube, there'll be a link below. So just hit that. You'll be fine. Yeah, and if you'd like to follow us, we're also on Instagram, on YouTube. That's Indie Tea Talk with an underscore for Instagram. Just Indie Tea Talk on YouTube. And yeah, until next time, thank you very much.
Thank you.